I was driving down the road the other day and I came across someone's driveway, and at the end of it there were several pieces of furniture with a great big sign on it saying free. Never one to pass up a bargain. I decided to stop and take a look because you see, our daughter Ruth, she's setting up her first apartment on a very limited budget, and so we thought we would try and help her out as much as possible by shopping the local bargains and sales around. And of course, a free piece of furniture is a very good bargain if it's worthwhile. So I checked out all the pieces and settled on this one because it seemed to have the best structure and bones and shape, and I thought it might work the best. I could see a lot of potential in it, and I could just imagine it all dressed up in new fabric with new paint, and I could see how it might look very nice in the place that she's setting up. When Ruth looked at it, she wasn't so sure. She didn't have quite the same vision that I had for the future, but I assured her that it would work out just fine, and so we went fabric shopping to get the covering that I'm going to be putting on this. Now, anytime that you get a piece of upholstered furniture that you're going to redo, you don't just put the upholstery on top of the old stuff. You have to strip off all of the old stuff so that you can redo it completely. And when I was doing that, and I was prying away and getting all the staples and nails and tacks out of this piece of furniture, I accidentally broke off one of these wooden armrests. Well, I was really horrified because I thought, oh no, have I completely destroyed the chair? Is it going to be even worth continuing? Is it even fixable? I just didn't know. It was a little bit beyond my level of expertise. And Grant is not handy in the least. There was no way I could even bother asking him because he wouldn't know. He's useless. So I thought, I've got a neighbor who is very handy at woodworking, and so I called him over and I said, could you please give me opinion? Is it even worth continuing, or should I just throw the whole thing out? Well, he looked at it, he said, yeah, it's definitely worth fixing. And he said, and I'll do it for you. So he took the chair away, and the next day he brought it back, not only with the piece glued back on, but he actually strengthened the entire chair by gluing and screwing all of the joints on it so it no longer creaked when you sat on it. I was impressed. So in the meantime, since then, I've been getting out my paintbrush and I've been touching up all of the wooden areas of the chair and painting them so that they'll be ready for me to do the next step of applying the fabric. As I've been working on this, though, the Lord has been talking to me about how so often reupholstering a piece of furniture is very much like what He does in our lives. We may feel rejected and tossed out at the end of the road, unloved and feeling totally unworthy, and then someone comes along with a design, an idea, a plan. The Lord sees us and says, you've got great potential with just a little bit of work that I'll help you do. But in the process, or in order to do that process of the little bit of work, it so often requires that we have to be stripped down. So we take off the coverings, the facades, the masks that we have been putting on. All the things that we think have been making us beautiful have to come off so that we can get to the bare bones of our lives or the structure in order to have those fixed. But sometimes in the process of the uncovering, we find things that are a little bit beyond our level of expertise, and so we go looking for help. And when you do that, you may go to a doctor because you're dealing with depression, or you may talk to your pastor or a counselor or a prayer minister to help you deal with some of the emotional baggage that has been creeping in there and holding you back. And so with their wisdom and their ministry and with time and patience, we begin to find ourselves becoming transformed. And it's just so important to persevere through this process because, you know, this chair has already been a month underway. And it's going to take me several more days to weeks, perhaps, depending on how my schedule goes, before I actually get it done. And you have to understand that a restorative process in our lives can be very similar. It takes time, it takes patience, and sometimes it takes hard work. But if you persevere and trust the designer who is helping you do it, you'll find that you come out on the other side completely transformed and unrecognizable from the state you were before. This chair is not going to look like the one that I picked up at the edge of the road. Oh, you'll see the basic shape, but not at all. It will be in much better shape than it was when I got it. So, we're going to bless our daughter with this new chair, and it's going to function in her home for many years to come. When I actually get it finished, I'll have Grant post the before and after pictures so that you can see the difference. But for us to live a transformed life, we need to allow the Lord to take us through a reupholstering process. We need to allow Him to take off our masks and the things that we've put up because we think they're beautiful, and take us through that transformation so that we can come out on the other side looking completely different, but a totally new, transformed being. So now I want to hear from you. How has the Lord been reupholstering you? Just leave your comments in the box below. And if this is your first time to this newsletter and website, why don't you sign up for it right over here, the way Grant always points, and he'll talk to you next week.